It reminds me that it's not so bad. It's not so bad. What's up, what's up, what's up? Let's get into it, y'all. I had to come through with another intro. I didn't know which one I wanted to use, but yes, that's my favorite song. I used to fuck with Eminem back then. So let's get into how do people around you feel about you. We got the little drinks or whatever. We finna go ahead and get into it. Without power on people, timestamps below. Y'all know what it is. How do people feel? How do people feel about our power win? How do people around them feel about them? How do people around my power win feel about them? So what I'm getting is, I ain't even care. This is the channel message that I got anyway. People feel like you're easy to digest. The people around you feel like you're somebody who is very familiar. They feel like you don't keep secrets. They feel like you're very accessible. Like, it don't matter like who you are. You're gonna like pile number one. People feel that about you. Let's see. How do the people around them feel about them? They feel like you really do what you need to do. Like, and then on the low, they really feel like you're not messy. Like, they feel like you're really not messy. They feel like you really don't be with no drama at all. Like, they feel like when they say, let's go out and have a good time, you don't be the person to be like, who all there? Or I don't get along with this person. Or you're not the person to be like, oh, this not the right vibe for me. Or what's this going to be? Or what's that going to be? Like, you're not the one to be doing too much. And I feel like, even though you have your private anxieties, you don't let that get the best of you. I feel like the people around you feel like you high status. Okay. Yes, they feel like you high status. They feel like you're very much like a good friend. They feel like you're somebody that people can talk to. You understand them. They feel like if nobody else understands their point of view, you understand their point of view. I feel like I said, you're not quick to tell people like about other people's business. Like, they notice that about you. They notice that you really be focused on you and what you're doing. You be focused on, they don't never just hear you talk about another friend to like another friend, like shit, like type shit. So we got the strength card coming out here. And that's just giving me like, you really stand on business. I feel like people see you as like you're a standalone person even in a crowd. Like, I feel like these people have positive thoughts about you. They feel like you're not a person to sugarcoat nothing. You're an ease what you get type of person. I feel like people, when they want to go out or when they want to do something, especially like close friends or something like family, I feel like they be quick to be like, don't forget to tell pile number one to be there, or see what pile number one got going on. We can make adjustments because they want you to be there. People also feel like you have social anxiety, and they also see that like, you take pride in taking care of yourself. Like, people know that you a homebody, and people know that you got social anxiety. So when people be like having you in mind when it comes to events, they be like, oh, pile number one is not gonna go to there because pile number one gonna feel like this overstimulated. They gonna be talking about this doing too much, and they gonna be trying to leave early. And we ain't trying to have all that. We trying to be all night with it. You know what I'm saying? So you're the type of person that they'll probably bring to a lounge, not necessarily a club, more like a small bar, more like a small like little session, little small like get together, because they know that like if it's doing too much, you'll rather be by yourself. You'll rather be, spending time, relaxing, doing whatever you want to do. So I feel like you cancel plans a lot. That's one thing that they say too. Like, they feel like, you be quick to cut them off. Some of them be feeling like they cut off by you too, because you be quick to take time for yourself. You be quick to take care of yourself. You be quick to focus on what you need to focus on by yourself. Like, let's just say situations are coming up, you know what I'm saying? Let's just say shit happening at the jobs, hours getting cut, you know what I'm saying? But you got bills, do your bills stacking up, or you trying to bring your bills down. That's something that you need to focus on, because maybe you have a side business that's requiring your attention so you can get this money down. It's like you're definitely the type of person where, you don't allow the devil to win. You definitely, whatever needs to be cut out, you cut it out. I feel like the devil be riding your back too on some shit, and that's something that people around you notice. That like when you're doing good, all of a sudden shit comes up to like tear you down, but they feel like you keep a positive mindset, and they really respect. They really respect your distance. They really respect how you are because they know that you're fighting a spiritual battle here. So you got real nice people around you. I ain't gonna cap pile number one. I didn't think this reading was like off the jump was gonna be like so positive and understanding, because it is. Some of these people have transformed with you. Some people have seen your growth, your transformation. So they're like, I know that, you know, pile number one is cooking. You know, I know that. It's like, it's obvious when you don't want to be. It's very obvious when something is going on. People are able to make good judgment about what's going on in your life based off of how you're treating them, or based off of how you're reacting, or how you're going about stuff. Like I said, you got some people who are really balanced when it comes to you. I don't really feel like they in competition with you, but I do feel like they want to celebrate with you. They have some things to celebrate with you. I feel like where they're running to a party with you, you're running away from it because you're like, I don't want all that. I don't want all that around me. And not necessarily that like it's negative. It's just like you feel like, you know, it's like, I don't know, it's like people singing happy birthday. You're not necessarily for it. I've noticed my child, when people saying happy birthday to her, she dissociates. So I feel like she would rather you not say happy birthday to her, or not put all the attention on her because it makes her feel weird. I feel like she would rather you show your love through gifts. Show your love through what she likes. You know, saying, here you go. And she's saying, thank you, I love you. Things like that. So yeah, I feel like you guys are like workaholics too. That's something that they say too, that you don't allow yourself to the people, I'm gonna be honest, people cannot compete with you because people do not want what you go through. People want to compete with you in a way, but when they realize what it takes to compete with you, which is you work a regular job, you have a hobby that is technically like that's basically your business, your job, and then maybe you have, you know, parenting you have to do, maybe Lord forbid, or you know, you have like a little situationship on the side, or maybe you do have a husband, amen, you know, in the mix. But you know, it's just you have a lot that you have going on. Some people could feel like they don't know how you never burn out. Yeah, that's something that they want to know. They want to know why you never burn out. People, and it's really because of the love that you have for what you do, the love that you have for your life. So I can definitely feel out of how people perceive you that you romanticize your life in a way that forces other people to understand that you do, to understand that this doesn't go with pile number one's lifestyle. This doesn't go with how they live their life. This doesn't go with their values. And it's a blessing if you have people around you that are able to see where this is not you, or this is not something, you know, that you usually partake in. So y'all like, share, subscribe, and I'm gonna see you guys later. Alright, pile number 2. Let's see how the people around you feel about you. How do the people feel around you? Around you feel about you. That's a tongue twister on the low. Tongue twister, and you got the screwdriver. Crazy. So people could feel like at times you're bitter. People could feel like at times you're tart, but you're still enjoyable. People could feel like they have learned or have grown to accept you. People feel like they have to really just experience you, light and shadow self, to really learn to love you. To know you is to love you type of energy. People, they really don't feel like they should walk away. They really don't. They could entertain the thought of walking away, but they feel like you're a 1 in a million type of person. You're 1 in a million. You are, baby. You're the best I ever had. Best I ever had. Y'all, Neo had a little run, didn't he? But when they started talking about them DL allegations, oh, buddy, cooked. And we got the Ace of Pentacles here. I feel like people feel like you see right through them, because we all said that he was a little, all the black women, we all said that he was a little on the other side, because when they had him, when the men be wearing them fedoras, when the men be wearing them little hoop earrings, it be on another level. It be on some ish. So anyways, that could be your story. You always end up with a dude that be a little tangy a little bit. He ain't sweet, but he also ain't all the way fruit. Let me stop playing. But anyways, and you got two aces back to back. You got the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. I feel like what people around you feel about you is that you're very like new beginning-ish. Like you will start talking to somebody. You will have a friend this year, have a different friend next year. You will have a love of your life this month and have a different love of your life by the end of the line. People feel like to be a constant in your life is a privilege, because they see how you really get down when it comes to people, because you really see people as who they really are, not like, you know, it's a lot of people in the world, but you know what I'm saying, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. Like when when you really see how majority of people are following trends or are, you know, pretty much dissecting their personality to be like other people or to have a personality like other people, you really understand where being unique is rare and being comfortable in being unique or being weird is really more so, you know, a scarcity. And I definitely see, you know, people see that about you and people feel as if you see that about them, because why else would you keep them around if not you see them for who they are? Yeah, people think about that a lot. Men think a lot about that. Men feel like it seems as if you're easy to get, but you're actually hard to get. And not only are you hard to get, but maybe something turns you off about them. Maybe you get the ick towards them or something like that. And that causes them to like reevaluate. Like, you were once attracted to me, so that means I am kind of him, but now you're not. So what does that mean? So you got people questioning, you know, you have people like questioning their security on how they're able to pull partners and stuff like that. I definitely feel like that's just you. Like, you're indecisive, and that's something that they've also learned about you, or that's something that they see, that you're indecisive. We got the Five of Pentacles. They really dread being left in the cold, or being like seen as somebody who snaked you, or being seen as somebody that you don't associate with, because this person is like, that's what they are. They're like, I feel like pile number 2 is kind of like a respectable person. You know, I don't want to be seen as an enemy. I feel like people around you feel like you're a good mother, but they don't really see you parent, if that makes sense. Like, people feel like the way you parent your child is very close. People feel like you keep a opaqueness around your parenting. You may not tell everybody that you have a child, or you may not disclose too much about your child. You may not disclose their hobbies. You may not disclose nothing about them, but you may just disclose, you know, different shit like this or that, like petty shit, like shit that every child goes through. So maybe you're very protective of your child, and that's something that they feel around you. They definitely feel that you are a busy bee, that you keep busy. They feel like even though you keep busy romantically, you also keep busy in the workplace or however you work, because they definitely see, you know, they see things happening for you. Yeah, we had the Hierophant. They feel like you definitely have a lot of work in the spiritual realm, or they feel like you do a lot of work that is like majority of what you do behind the scenes. So they feel like you keeping treasures to yourself. And like, some people, they feel some type of way about that. Like, some people, they feel as if you should share more about like, they feel like you keep the stuff that people want to know most about, but the stuff that people don't really care to know, you tell them. You know what I'm saying? Like, You don't tell people that you're a spiritual worker and at 12 o'clock at night you do chants and stuff like that. You don't tell them that type of interesting stuff. You don't tell them about the time that, God led you to this place and this happened. You don't tell them about that. You tell them about the fact that you went to the grocery store and there was a $5 bill on the ground and you were happy about it. Like, you tell them the mundane stuff. So people feel as if they don't get the full you. So it is what it is. So y'all like, share, subscribe, and I'm going to see y'all later. Alright, so pile 3. Let me move this over a little bit. Uh-oh. Let me move this over. Can I not move it over? Okay, I don't know what's going on here. I'm trying to move this over and it's not moving over. But anyways, pile 3, I would really love to be able to see, okay, there's your picture. Let me make sure I'm still recording, because this is crazy. I feel like people be feeling like you be having delays, but it be like divine delays, if that makes sense. Let me take some of this stuff down because I can't see nothing. Cause this is like low key telling, cause I didn't have no issue like with no other pile, and then I'm having this issue with y'all. I feel like people feel like you be going through a lot of bitter circumstances. Like, a lot of shit just be happening. It be a lot of, obstacles in your life. Grapefruit is a great source of vitamin C, a lot of energy, but I feel like it is very hydrating too. And the fact that it has the salt around the rim, it's definitely giving me a kick. Like, your life is very eventful. I don't know why Shameless is so significant. I've never watched Shameless, but people talk about Shameless. But something about your life is giving Shameless. Something about your life is giving you work relentlessly. You try so hard. You be trying to zone out and grind, and it's just a slow process. Very slow. Somebody out here they feel like you've been working on the same thing for years. Don't feel bad, because I was working on my YouTube for 4 years. This is my 4th year in YouTube before I even got bites on my videos. So we got the Knight of Cups in reverse. People feel like you're not open emotionally. People feel like you're very cold. It's hard for people to tell if they're able to get a new beginning with you, because that's how closed off you are. People feel like whatever victories that you're celebrating in private, they feel like you keep it in private. Like, people feel like you're the type of person that will like pop up with a success, pop up with a victory. And the thing is about popping up with the victory, you didn't really just pop up with it. Yeah, definitely giving, like, people around you feel like you be acting like you're not persevering, but you're persevering. People be feeling like you're acting like you're not single and mingling, but you really are. People be like you're acting as if you're not starting new beginnings, but you are. And I'm gonna say this here: people feel some type of way because they feel left out, but honestly, you can't include a lot of people in your dreams, okay? Just like that boy in the Bible, he told his brothers to dream of him being a great king, him being good, him being, going through so much, this and that, only for, his brothers to throw him into captivity, and then boom, he ended up through captivity becoming king that way. They didn't know that they were part of his story too. And I feel like a lot of people are mad because they know that you're not letting them in their business, because you could feel like they're a snake. And it hurts their feelings. It's giving me Judas. Somebody at this table is going to betray me. I just know I know who it is. It's definitely giving me that vibe. Like when Jesus was like, I already know who funny acting towards me. Yeah, and I feel like, somebody here, you're keeping a partner in in the shadows, and I feel like people feel that about you, like you're like ducking off because you have a man, or you're ducking off because you could be, honestly, you don't even have to have a man to always have to duck off. You could be in your masculine energy and taking care of business and ducking off. But to each his own. But that's how they viewing you. They viewing you as somebody who says that they have, like, these people feel like you're a prime example of being sneaky, but I feel like you're really just private. You know what happens when you let people in your business and they start trying to fuck shit up. I feel like you're focused on your healing. People be feeling like you gave them a soft exit out of your life, like you gave them a soft goodbye. But like they feel some type of way about it anyway, because they could have felt like they were they honestly, they felt like they were bigger than the program. They felt like they were worth you telling their business to. But honestly, I'm not getting no good intentions. They too focused on your business. They too focused on your money. They too focused on how you getting it. I feel like your spirit team saw where they were trying to plot. You know, I wonder where so-and-so does this. I wonder where so-and-so does that. I wonder this. I wonder that. I had this one girl, she was like, basically, she wanted to start a business, but she technically couldn't because she didn't have, like, the resources, and technically I didn't either. But one thing about me, I know I have the information needed. I'm gonna find the information, or I'm capable of finding the information. You have a partner here that feels some type of way because maybe they were giving you bare minimum effort and they feel as if you're gonna get better effort somewhere else. Yeah, so they're putting, it's like you're not giving no information on who you're with. You're not giving information on nothing. Not how long y'all been together. Like, you're not being a chatty chatterson about none of this. Like, it's very, yeah. And I feel like with this, I don't even know what type of drink this is, Pile 3. It's somewhere. Let me get that for you. Let me get that info. No, I'm not. I'm not going to even get the information for you. But this type of drink right here, it looks like it's a drink that you sip and you listen to somebody talk. I feel like your mouth will be so tight. Because I don't drink. I feel like your mouth will be so tight and you'll be so consumed with the drink. You wouldn't even have time to talk to whoever you're talking to. So, yeah, and that's tea. Like, I feel like these people, they got time to talk about your business and gossip about your business because they don't really have enough going on. They don't really have enough motion. Or if they do, their motion is pretty much they're putting their life on wherever your life is on, a cruise control mode. Like, wherever you're at in life, this person, like, they cannot move. Like, I'm going to tell you what, a lot of people, when people be like, I don't have no friends, a lot of times they don't have friends because people see where they do that comparison thing, where they do the, oh, I'm doing this or I'm doing that, where it's like they're putting their accomplishments next to your accomplishments. And a lot of people don't like competition, and a lot of people are sensitive to competition. So if they feel like you're trying to compete, they'll get themselves out of the program. And that's probably why a lot of people feel like they don't have friends, because you need somebody to keep you moving. And a lot of people don't need that. Good people don't need nobody to keep them moving forward. People who need other people to keep them moving forward are 9 times out of 10 energy drainers. They're leeches. They're people who you really don't want to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just trying to tell you, like, gang, because you shouldn't need nobody to get you through the day. You shouldn't need nobody to, help you through this and help you do that. Because what about them? Who's going to help them when they need the energy they just gave you? You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, y'all definitely share, subscribe, and I'm going to see y'all later. Let's get into Pile 4. How do people around you feel about you, Pile 4? How do people around you feel about you, Pile 4? People feel like you penny pinching, or people could feel like you either left them out of the cold or they left you out in the cold. Yep, you left them out in the cold to heal, but it could be somebody rumoring that they left you out in the cold, like that you were toxic. I feel like you really realize that you're better off by yourself. You better off focusing on you. You got the 4 of Cups here. Some of you guys are really y'all are really trying to decide on whether you want to be in dealing with people emotionally, friendship, romantic, stuff like that, because people really make you want to get out of there. Like, people make you really want, they give you the yuck, because what the fuck? Like, I'm definitely giving you, like, a person that focused on their child and that's it. Like, you're focused on building a palace for your child, and that's how they feel about you. People feel really like, when you don't respond to people when they message you, they be like, am I cut? Am I cut? Am I cut? And I feel like a lot of people, the ones that be questioning whether they're cut, I feel like they deserve to be cut. And I feel like you know that they deserve to be cut. Like, you don't even let it be no question. Like, you don't even let it be no, it could be. Like, you leave shit blank. Like, you leave shit, well, however they feel about it, that's just how they feel about it. Because you don't have time. Because you got the Nine of Cups with the Nine of Pentacles. People could really feel like, I'm gonna tell you, people project a lot. I feel like the way people feel about you is that you're really not as happy emotionally as you say you are. People feel like you really don't have the money that you say you got. People feel like you really don't know what you really know. But I feel like you are confusing your enemy, because you don't want them to know. You don't want them to know your real hand. You don't want them to know your true hand. I feel like you move you move like in silence, like a G in lasagna, like for real, like. And then people, like, you really, like, the way you carry yourself with your child is, like, unmatched. Yeah, you have a lot of new beginnings that you keep under wraps, because people, like I said, people don't need to know your business. Even this dude, depicted in this picture, is crouching down somewhere like he's hiding. And rabbits are good hiders. It was definitely giving me Alice. It's giving me the newer Alice, not the newest one, but like the newer one with Johnny Depp, when they was trying to marry her off, and she hid down the rabbit hole, and they were like, everybody's been looking for you. Like, it's definitely giving me that. Like, you don't get into commitments, and you don't get into situations where you're iffy about it. You be trying to be nice, but then when it comes to a point where people not getting a hint, you be like, hey, don't be fucking playing with me. This is not something that you want. I don't want this. Get on somewhere. Like, it's definitely giving me, you'll step out of your comfort zone. Like, you'll get nasty if you need to. Let's see what failed. I need to stand up anyway. Y'all got me doing these long form readings and shit. We got the Five of Cups coming out in reverse. So you definitely giving me a motherfucker that be like, whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-damn-doo. Because, yeah, it's definitely giving me that, like, you don't really care. I'm just gonna say it like that. You really don't care. Like, people be thinking that they don't care, but you really show them what not caring looks like for real. Because people, like, you have a fountain. It's different than people pouring into your cup. When you're a fountain, you pour into others. So it's like when people be like, I'm not gonna pour into you. Whoop-de-doo. What's a fucking cup to a whole motherfucking pool of water? Whoop-de-damn-doo. And it definitely gives me that. It definitely gives me that. Like, when people be like, I don't want to be your friend no more. Okay, and I don't want to. I remember when this dude, I was talking to this grown-ass version, right? And we were having an argument. And I guess he thought he was going to eat saying, I don't want to marry you. And in my mind, I was like, bitch, first off, I don't want to marry you. We were friends. You might have had that fantasy running in your mind that was going to happen because you want to get up off that virginity. But that's not my problem. Gone somewhere. Like, dead ass. Like, and then he was weird enough to be commenting on my YouTube, like, for real, like, on some weird ass shit, like, making me seem like I was the villain. Like, bitch, you tried to hurt my feelings saying that you don't want to marry me, meaning you're saying you don't want to give me your virginity. First off, I'm a feminine. I'm not a masculine. I don't give a fuck about no catty shit like that. That was very bitch made. That was very, and honestly, the way he was like, I was too much. Because do not come at me with no shade, because bitch, it's gonna get real dark. We got the Four of Swords, and that's crazy that I said that, and we got the Four of Swords. So yeah, it's like you done been through worse with your family, and you don't have to go through nothing because they're not your family. Like, you give your family a pass, but even your family know not to take it there. I feel like people feel as if you think you all that and you're not. But why are they worried about you if you're not all that? All that, listen, I love this song. R.I.P. Amanda Bynes. I know she's still alive, but that's not the real Amanda. But anyways, yeah, I feel like people be, that could be significant. People around you, they feel like you'll be the type to be put under the conservativeship, or you're the type of person, like, people will, like, I really feel like you don't want people around you, or you be real iffy about who come around you because of that type of vibe right there. You get some money, or you get people in your business, or people start acting like your friend, look, the Seven of Swords is coming out. Like, they gonna be trying to act like they not there for you, and they gonna be against you the whole time. Yeah, because you got the Seven of Swords in reverse with the Seven of Wands in reverse. And it's just giving me, like, very plotty energy. Very, I'm going to take my time and get what I want energy. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to collect. I'm going to pay this life insurance. And then I'm going to poison them. And then I'm going to do this and that. Like, it's definitely giving me something like that. And I'm not trying to make anybody paranoid, because I did see that you were already paranoid. But honestly, like, genuine people, you know when they be genuine. You really do. Non-genuine people, you feel it. You feel it. You feel it like a ghost on your neck or something. You feel it like the police behind you. Like, it's just something about it. But y'all gonna know, y'all use y'all intuition. This is how people feel about you. Y'all like, share, subscribe, and I'm gonna see y'all later.